Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and that is the all-new Toyota Grand Highlander making its world premiere here at the Chicago Auto Show. In this video, I'm going to take you around the largest Highlander and show you what makes this one so special. All right, Gearheads, I am at the 2023 Chicago Auto Show, and this is the 2024 Toyota Grand Highlander. And while I've got the hood up, why don't we talk powertrains? So you'll sense a familiar theme to the Toyota Crown premium sedan hatchback crossover thing that we covered while we were at the Houston Auto Show. When we start talking about powertrains on this one, they are all 4 cylinders, so much like the smaller Highlander, the V6 is no more. But what we do get is a 2.4 liter gas powered as the base model. Then you can step up to the 2.5 liter hybrid version. And then there is this 2.4 liter turbo hybrid max version. So very similar, almost exact, if not exact, powertrains to what is offered in that Toyota Crown that we covered. I'll go ahead and link that video if you're watching this on YouTube. But yes, 4-cylinder power, hybrid power, and very fuel efficient power for a big 3-row SUV. And that's really the name of the game with this vehicle. So why don't we close the hood, take a look at the exterior styling, and then check out what it's like inside. All right, so let's talk about exterior styling. This is a much beefier, boxier version of a vehicle to wear the Highlander name. The regular Highlander is really more curvaceous, but this is big and boxy. Really looks like a RAV4 has hit the gym, or a 4Runner has gotten more civilized. It is a very nice look. This is the top trim Platinum, so we get LED lights all the way around, and then we get that hybrid max powertrain under the hood. But you can see very familiar Toyota styling up front here. And as we move around to the side, you can see the boxy theme continues with this version. It looks very reminiscent of a Honda Pilot or maybe a Subaru Ascent, because that's really the size that this is going to be playing in that really large 3-row crossover SUV segment. And Toyota claims that there is more room in the back of this than in their Sequoia. So that's a really interesting note, that their crossover is able to one-up their big, largest SUV. Very interesting on that note right there. But as we take a further look around the exterior of this one, I will give you some stats on how this compares to the quote-unquote normal Highlander. This one is 201.4 inches long, or 6.5 inches longer than the normal Highlander, and roughly 7 inches shorter than that large Sequoia SUV. This is 78.3 inches wide, or 2.3 inches wider than the normal Highlander, and it is 70.1 inches tall, which is 2 inches taller than the normal Highlander. And the wheelbase is 116 inches, which is 4 inches longer than the normal Highlander. Storage space back in the back, which we will get to here in just a second, is 20.6 cubic feet, which is a little bit more, or quite a bit more than I believe it is like 10 or 16 on the normal Highlander with those rear seats up. But I'm gonna get up on the platform, get a little bit closer, and show you some of the rear end styling on this. So I really like the theme of spelling out the vehicle's name on the back, but Toyota did it very subtly on this one. So while yes, it does say Grand Highlander on the back, it is just kind of a embossed or a raised body color section here on the middle of the hatch. This one does get that hybrid max powertrain, so the badging there, and it is the Platinum trim, so it is the largest. But we were just talking about cargo space. Go ahead and open up this rear hatch, and again, due to the boxy shape, there really is a lot of cargo space back here. So just over 20 cubic feet with these seats up. And let's see if I can get them to, there we go, recline and angle back. So yeah, definitely a very spacious back seat or back cargo area. I know the leader of the big 3-row SUV sales segment, the Chevy Tahoe, has 25 cubic feet behind the 3rd row. So the fact that this is a crossover with 20 cubic feet and it is very usable cubic footage, it speaks very highly to how much room is back here. This is a pre-production version, so the trouble I was having there with the seat latches is probably not going to be a problem when they make these in full production. This is one of 3 in the world right now, but I did want to show you just what it looked like when you fold that 3rd row seat down. You have tons of cargo space back in here now. So lots of room, lots of different versatility options, and it's very usable space thanks to the very boxy upright design of this one. And then we have a hatch mounted button here to close that power rear hatch. Moving to the inside of the Grand Highlander, especially looking up front in the front seats, you see a very similar look and design theme to that Toyota Crown that we looked at the Houston Auto Show, with all these gold accents all the way around. So while the overall design does look different, the design theming is very familiar in here to that Toyota Crown. I really like this interesting diamond texture here on the doors that carries over to the dash, and even on the passenger side over there. Very unique styling right there. I like all the gold accents. You get your home row of buttons here for your automatic high beams, your heated steering wheel, your power outlets, and your hatch release right there. All your window controls, mirror controls, 2-person memory seat on this Platinum model, and then a full digital gauge cluster. Those lights you see flickering at me, I cannot see with my naked eye. They are infrared. They are watching my eyeballs for all the driver assistance tech in this to make sure that I am paying attention to the road. Looking up above that digital gauge cluster, we do have a head-up display in this one. We do get paddle shifters in this one. We get tons of controls for customizing that gauge cluster up there and your cruise control. Very large center screen here, and very similar to the Crown, perhaps the largest in the segment. So very interesting there. Dual zone climate controls, heated and ventilated front seats. I like the tactile buttons up here. A lot of really nice design and just use of buttons here. It doesn't feel too cluttered to me. Moving down here, we have a single USB-C here and a single USB-C here. We have a Qi wireless charging pad right here and a lot of storage space right here. Some of these materials probably will change over time because, again, this is one of 3 models in the world. And then a very Prius-style gear selector here. So, again, leaning into some of the family parts sharing. This feels very Prius for the gear selector lever. And then you get electronic parking brake, electronic hold, your drive mode selector. And then one of the things I didn't really care for on the Highlander that we tested on our channel for a week was this center console, especially the one we had a very afterthought Qi wireless charger right here. But at least with this sliding lid, you can get in and access it with the Qi wireless charger up there. So there's plenty of room and easy access here, and you're not having to steal an armrest. So maybe that, in practicality, without the Qi wireless charger that we had on ours, maybe this would be a better option. And then you get storage over here for the passenger. There is a USB port right there, so you can charge a phone, lay it up there when you're not using it. And then we talked about these seats. They are heated and ventilated. This is a suede insert in the middle. So the design is very Camry to me. It looks like a lot of other Toyota product seats, but the inset of the suede is very nice. And we have contrasting piping here to go with those gold elements. And then I will go ahead and show you headroom in here. Like, This is a very roomy vehicle. I've got plenty of room here. We do have a massive panoramic glass roof, so that's a very nice touch. But yeah, at 5'10", I've got plenty of room. This is how I would drive it right here. But let's see what it's like getting in behind myself. All right, so opening the back doors here, I will go ahead and show you. This does have manual sunshades, and they do fill up the entire window. That is very nice, especially on a family vehicle. You can see the seats here. They are sliding and folding, but I'm going to go ahead and hop in and show you what it's like sitting behind myself at 5'10". Plenty of legroom right there, but like I said, they are sliding seats, so I can negotiate with those backseat passengers on overall space right there, and very comfortable inside. We do have captain's chairs in this model with built-in armrests. We've got cup holders down here in the center, and then heated and ventilated second row captain's chairs in this platinum model. And your tri-zone temperature controls are back here. We get some more power ports back here, including a household style 120 volt 1500 watt outlet right there, so you can power some bigger devices. We do get map pockets on the backs of both front seats. Lots of storage in the doors for small items, bigger items, and the like. So a very roomy second row seat, and very similar with some of these options to the smaller regular Highlander. But yeah, very comfortable here in the second row. Now let's take a look at what it's like in that third row, which Toyota claims adults will be calling dibs on. All right, so as we move to the side and talk about getting in the back seat, you can see there is a lever right here to flip and fold and slide that seat up out of the way. There is a nice step here for climbing in and getting in to the back seat. This is a 3 across back seat, so you can fit 3 adults back here, or at least have seat belts for them. But you can see I pulled that seat back. Let's see if we can get it back any further. There we go. So in its furthest back position at 5'10", I am still very comfortable. My knees are not in the back of the seat. You can see it is kind of dark in here, but yeah, I've got plenty of room. Although as far as that 3 across, it is a little narrow here in the center. So I really think this is only a 2-person third row seat, but even still, the legroom back here is plentiful. And I've got a nice place for my feet here between the tracks, so I really wasn't bothered too much there. I do have multiple cup holders here on the side, another USB outlet right here, as well as, I guess, a handhold for climbing out and helping yourself out. But headroom back here. You would think that that would be a big problem, but not in the Grand Highlander. They've made a cutout here for additional headroom. So really good headroom all the way around, really good legroom all the way around. I'm actually very impressed with the space inside this one. It's the next best thing to a minivan when it comes to family road trip functionality. That is it for me in the back of this Toyota Grand Highlander from the show floor of the Chicago Auto Show. I've got plenty more content from here, so go find us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. All of it is at GT Garage Talk, or you can head to gtgaragetalk.com. You can also hit subscribe, like, comment, follow, ring the bell, all those buttons to help the algorithm know to show you more of our content, because we have a lot coming from the Chicago Auto Show. But until next time, gearheads, bye.